morning, TK. Happy Thursday. I hope everybody's had a great week so far and that you're getting excited for the countdown to the end of school and to kindergarten. I know that I am, and I'm so proud of all the work you've been doing to prepare for being kindergarten students. Let's go ahead and jump into today's reading objective. We're going to be continuing to work on our journals. And as we move into next week, we're going to keep thinking about more ways that we can build up our writing and start maybe working on some journal prompts where I ask you a question and have you write the answer. So we're going to finish up with this portion of our writing practice so that we're prepared for that one next week. Let's talk about our objective. Objective is what we are going to learn. I can write a sentence about my picture. So today we're going to keep working on doing this objective, and I'm going to give you some more things you can think about while you write. Let's go ahead and start. Okay, so here I am. I'm ready with my journal. I have our list of sight words up here that we're going to be able to use to write. And I think that today I'm going to write about somewhere. So I wrote about myself, I wrote about other people, I wrote about things, I wrote about my dog. Today I want to write about a place, and I want to write about something that I've done before. And what we would call that is about writing about something in the past, so something that's already happened. So I wrote about things that I like to do and things that I'm doing, but now I'm going to think about something that happened in the past. And what has happened in the past is I went on a trip to New York. So I'm going to draw a picture of New York. And New York is a state on the other side of the country. Remember, in our classroom map, we would look at the map sometimes and talk about different states, like we live in California, or I told you how I'm from Washington State. Another state that I've been to and that I went on a trip to one time was New York. So that's a place. So I'm going to draw, New York has a lot of big buildings, so I'm going to use rectangle shapes to show big buildings. And kind of big rectangles, little rectangles, maybe some pointy triangles at the top. Sometimes like buildings have like something on top of them. I'm going to also draw a big area with trees because New York has a big park called Central Park. So maybe like a grassy area over here with some trees in it to show that area of New York. So there's another building in New York called the Empire State Building that's really tall, and that's kind of a special building in New York, so I want to make sure to include that in my picture. It kind of has a pointy top, and then it's more skinny than some of the other buildings, so I'm going to make it nice and tall like this. And it also has like a almost like a spire coming out the top that looks almost like a giant stick. So I'm going to draw that building. And then I'm going to draw little squares in my buildings to show windows. So kind of using lines to be able to make squares up and down, to show some windows, to show kind of all the different parts of the buildings, draw some doors, maybe different kinds of doors, big windows, little windows, all different kinds of things. You can add lots of details when you draw places. So those are some of my details that I want to add. I'm going to add a few more trees here to my Central Park area. And another thing about New York is it has a river in it. So I'm going to draw a river down on the bottom to show that there's a river there. This may not be completely accurate, or what accurate means is it may not be exactly what it looks like in real life, but I just want to include some details so that I know kind of what I'm drawing, and the person who's looking at my picture and who's reading about the sentence that I write will kind of be able to kind of get a little idea of what I saw there. So that's what I'm going to do for my picture. Now I'm going to color, and I'll show you when it's all done. Okay, so I finished coloring, so I'm going to check off sketch and color. Now I'm moving on to writing, and like I always need to do, I need to start with my uppercase letter. So what I want to say for this sentence is that I went to New York. So I'm going to start with I, capital I, went. And we can sound out went. So I'm going to use finger space. W, 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 e, e, n, t. Now, to is one of our sight words on our list. So I'm going to come find it here. To, check my finger space. To, T-O, New York. Now, here's something we can think about. When we write the name of a place, we actually use uppercase letters because it's a name. So just like when I told you how when I write Jasper's name or my teddy bear's name or my name, we use uppercase letters. When we write a place's name, we also use uppercase letters. So I'm going to use capital letters for New York. So I'm going to get my finger space here, capital N, New York, E, W, and New York is 2 words, but it's still part of the name. The second word is still part of the name, so I'm using capital Y for York, O-R-K. So notice, my N and my Y are both capital because those are the first letters of the name of the place that I went to, New York. So that's the end of my first sentence. So am I done? No, I have to put a period at the end to tell the reader, stop reading. I also want to say to the person reading that I had fun. So I'm also going to write, I had fun. So it looks like I have a little bit of room still on my first line. So here I go, starting my second sentence. And what do you notice? I used uppercase because it's a new sentence again. Now I'm going to come down to my second line, back to the left side, and I want to write had. Had is another good word to remember how to write, but we actually can sound it out. So I'm not going to put it on our sight words list because we can sound it out. H-A-D. H. Letter H. Had. A. Letter A. D. D. I had. And now we want to write fun, which is another one we can sound out. So I'm going to use my finger space here to help me find out where to write. Fun. F. U. N. Now am I all done? I'm done with my sentence. Can I be done with my work? Not quite. I have to use my punctuation. Write a period at the end to tell the reader, stop there. And now we can read it all together. I went to New York. Pause. I had fun. So remember, I paused here because I had a period there. So I had to stop for a second because that was the end of my sentence. And then I could keep going to my second sentence. So that's my journal entry about my trip to New York. I'm all done writing. I can check it off. And now I'm ready to do my next page when it's time. So thank you guys. We are going to do handwriting and phonics next, and I'll see you back here for that.